What's going on, fam? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about the situation with Dr. Dre. Apparently, his ex is going to new levels of petty. While she's staying, I believe, at the beach house, she is refusing to give him back his items. To the point to where, he basically is having to complain about it. Now, months, right after she filed for divorce from Dr. Dre, I truly believe that she thought she was going to get a lot of money in her settlement from Dr. Dre, only to find out that he has a prenup that she thought he destroyed. She thought that Dr. Dre destroyed this prenup to the point to where she felt comfortable enough to go through with the divorce, wanting half of everything, only to find out that he may not have in fact destroyed the prenup that she has signed 2 years after the marriage. Now, according to The Blast article, so Dr. Dre and his estranged wife Nicole are at war over the couple's vast $1 billion fortune. Now the legendary rapper says she refuses to turn over a few of his personal items from their beach house, including golf clubs, a motorcycle, and his weapon. According to legal documents obtained by The Blast, the two are now living separate homes. Her on the beach in Malibu and him in Brentwood, California. In a letter sent by Dre's attorney on July 30th, the legendary rapper says Nicole refused to allow him to gather items from the beach house and bring them to his home in the Hollywood Hills. Mr. Young sent someone to Malibu this morning to pick up some of his personal belongings, something Miss Young does almost daily at the Brentwood home. At first, your client said okay, but after walking away for 5 minutes, assumably to call your office, she came back and rejected the request, Dre's lawyer said in a letter to Nicole's legal team. The letter continues, the items in question are Mr. Young's golf clubs and motorcycle and his registered weapon for the return to the weapon safe at Shalom, the Brentwood home. In the documents, Dr. Dre claims he has allowed his estranged wife access to his home to collect various items she has requested and is demanding he can retrieve his stuff from the beach house. So this seems like a situation of bitterness. I do think that she's bitter about the prenup because that's what this seems to be. Why you won't let him collect his items? It's almost like she just holding on to everything that she can hold on to because she knows that once this is over, she may not get as much as she thinks she's gonna get. So she is going to new levels of pettiness. This is very petty. He's allowing you to get your stuff and you won't allow him to get his. What does that tell you? That tells me that she realized that she got outsmarted and she's never gotten over that. She thinks he got over on her and she's bitter about it. The fact that at first she allowed his people to go in there and get stuff and then to go and call the lawyer. By the way, I don't know who's representing her, but he has not been doing a very good job, whoever's representing her. And it just seems like she can't, I don't know if she can't think for herself, but she's not getting the best advice. Not handling this in the right way. I honestly think that she really thought that she was going to get 500 million. And because that pretty much may not happen, she's feeling some type of way about this situation. And she's trying to be petty with him because she realized she took an L in this situation. She took an L in this situation and has not gotten over it to the point to where it is pushing her to do these types of things that only make her look bad. He's allowing her to get her stuff, but she's not allowing him to get his. That goes to show you she realized she has lost in a situation. She has taken an L, and she refuses to acknowledge it. His plea confirmed that Mr. Young can have someone return to Malibu to retrieve his personal items without further interference sometime over the next few days, the letter states. As we reported, Dr. Dre and his wife are at war over the validity of the couple's prenuptial agreement. The rapper's wife claims she did sign the document, but a few years into their marriage, he ripped it up as a romantic gesture, and she believed it. As if he wouldn't have copies. Anyway, in the divorce, Dre claims all of his business and large portion of his $1 billion fortune is his sole and separate property. So his wife has demanded an upfront $1 million payment while they figure out the issues and access used to the couple's credit cards to maintain a financial status quo, which means she wants to maintain her lifestyle. She has a certain lifestyle she wants to maintain, and she wants him to continue paying up. I think he understands that he doesn't really have to. California is very difficult on married men, especially men with money and resources. It's very difficult to get. It's very easy for women to get more in the divorce, even up until, because there have been situations I've seen where guys have to pay thousands of dollars a month while they're sorting out the divorce. They're paying tens of thousands of dollars a month until the divorce is settled. But in this situation, he isn't paying anything. He's just allowing her to stay at the beach house. Let's see. In a legal letter obtained by the Blast, Dre's lawyer says he's willing to pay for bills for the Malibu residence, but claims it is his property. Plus, he has denied paying a lump $1 million payment to his wife. The wife will the divorce. I guess it means while the divorce is pending. Mr. Young is agreeable to maintain the financial status quo and shall pay for all expenses, utilities, work-related operations for his separate Malibu residence in which Miss Young resides. He also is willing to continue to pay for the household staff at the Malibu residence. Neither party should interfere with any of the staff who work at either residence. As reported, Dre's wife is also requesting financial documents from his business team for the past 10 years, and he's fighting the request. Plus, the rapper is refusing to take a deposition in the case in person due to health concerns surrounding CV. Yeah, man, this is I think that Dr. Dre honestly was smart. And y'all gotta understand, when he did this whole thing with the prenup, this was in the 90s. Even then, he did not want to lose. And this was when, you know, he left his situation with Suge and went on his own, bet on himself. He was still in the process of building that, and still said, you know what, I don't want to take no risks. Let's have a prenup. Even then, he knew the importance of that. And now his ex-wife understands the importance of that. Dr. Dre, to me, is a very smart businessman, but he's also very smart with protecting what he has built. And a lot of guys have to do that. We know what's interesting is that women don't like to get outsmarted. Women don't like to be in a situation where a guy has completely outsmarted them. He has been able to outmaneuver them. It upsets them. It angers them. And when I look at how this situation is with her, right? The level of pettiness she's going, because she really don't have any other leverage. Can't really use the kids, right? So she'll use the stuff. She'll hold the stuff hostage. Imagine if they had really young kids, man. Just imagine what she'd be doing. The level of pettiness she'd be going to. And it was smart of him even then, back then, to look more towards protecting what he has, you know. Now, there are going to be people who are going to say, you know what, Jay, this only happens with famous rich celebrity couples. Regular people don't go through this. Regular people don't have these issues. You know what? You might be right. But look at all the stories from all the different men who aren't celebrities, who will tell you themselves the issues that they have had when they were trying to get out of their marriages, the problems that they had, the fact that not only did they have to pay spousal support and child support, they had to give up their homes. They had to start over. They are still to this day taking care of a woman that they ain't been with for years. There are average everyday guys who are paying the price for choosing to wife up a woman that they were trying to build a family with. This ain't just a celebrity thing. Yeah, I talk about celebrity couples because it's relevant to what's going on in the real world. A lot of men go through this, whether they're famous or not. There are going to be a lot of women who are pro-marriage, even some of these males who are pro-marriage, that are going to tell you, oh, there's nothing wrong with marriage. Marriage is the key to building the family back up, the community. Let me tell you something, man. Without strong leadership, there will never be a community. Never. Without women choosing the right men to lead them, the right vision for their families, it doesn't matter. If a man doesn't choose the right woman, it can still fall apart very quickly. There's a lot of chameleons out there. There's a lot of people that are going to tell you that they're different than all the other, the rest, when they really aren't. They're just like them. And even Dr. Dre back in the 90s knew the deal. And what's funny is that the people who are pro-marriage, we're going to talk about all these celebrities. This doesn't happen in the real world. Well, tell all those men who have come to social media, who have talked about their stories, about the things that have happened to them in their marriages, how they are still paying the price to this day, and they're not celebrities.